hate that I have to make this video, but it's probably a good idea considering the time of year and all the new pandemic riders that we got. Don't ride muddy trails. I understand why some of us do it, especially new riders. You see on social media other riders and MTB content producers, usually in the UK, because they're riding trails when they're muddy and wet most of the time, but their soil is different than ours. Southern Ontario has a completely different soil base, and riding in the mud, depending on the area, can produce some really damaging effects. I'm not just talking about riding, this goes out to hikers as well. Hikers in the Ontario region, if you're hiking out in the mud, much like the mountain bikers, when you track, you cause a divot. Hikers' heels can tear it up. Hikers' slipping toes can move soil around. It's just not a good idea around here. If you are going to ride in the wet, and hopefully it is mildly wet, don't avoid puddles when you come to them. Go right through the middle of them. Hikers do the same thing. Don't walk around. All you're going to do is widen the trail. Right through the center. And if you're worried about getting wet, you probably shouldn't have been out in the first place knowing there was going to be some wet spots. You're outdoor enthusiasts. It's part of what happens. Now, we have a lot of good people in this mountain bike community, and when you put your posts up of dirty bikes, muddy bikes, a lot of them will give you some constructive criticism and encourage you to not do it. But we do have some douche canoes in the mountain bike community, and you just don't want to have to be at the end of their keyboard grass. So, don't ride muddy trails. If you encounter a puddle, right through the middle of it. Join your local trail maintenance association. That way you'll get an understanding of what it takes to correct these problems that are created through riding muddy trails. See what is being said in your local group. See what's being said by the local trail association or the local trail stewards. They may actually have a go, no go, or they'll tell you what type of conditions are okay to ride in. And nobody is going to hold it against you as a mountain biker if you take your mountain bike and go for a gravel ride. It's a way to get out. And while you're on that gravel ride, you can sneak to trailheads to get a better look to see how things are firming up. So you know maybe the next time you go out, you can sneak onto one of those trails. Or maybe you're only a few days away from things getting great and awesome to hit the trails. Normally I would say get a little dirty, and in this case I'm going to say don't get muddy, but go get a little dirty.